Good afternoon, and thank you all for taking the time to kick off Wildfire Awareness Week with us here at Sunol Station. Been a lot going on this week. I think it would be appropriate to start off with that really not only the fire service, but the entire nation suffered a tremendous loss on 9/11, of which we will suffer the 10th, or we'll celebrate or remember the 10th anniversary of this year. We're deeply grateful to the U.S. military, who were relentless in the performance of their mission this week. Their actions brought justice that was served on our nation's resolve to remain vigilant against acts of terrorism, and that's been not only exonerated but strengthened across this nation. We must not become complacent in preparing in our response for terrorist actions, nor any other emergencies, including California's inevitable wildland fires. Every year, CAL FIRE and our cooperators answer the call to nearly 350,000 emergencies and calls for service, including an average of over 5,000 wildland fires. Wildfires have long plagued our state, affecting lives, destroying property, and impacting our environment. The aftermath is often just as destructive, as they can result in flooding and mudslides. They can also adversely affect our economy. Every year we're asked to make a guess as to how bad we think this year's fire season is going to be. Well, the truth is it's impossible to predict how bad we think any one given fire season is going to be. The reality is there are many factors that go into making up fire season. Weather conditions, fuel, the vegetation, all of those things combine. So far, California has experienced above average rainfall across California this year. This increased precipitation has left the hills green, the vegetation has grown, we have an abundance of grass and heavier fuels across the state. In many areas of the state, fire season may be delayed by a few weeks because of this growth. However, warm temperatures and dry conditions persist, just like we have today and as we've seen here in the last week. With the wind and temperatures approaching 90 degrees, even the hills behind us, we're starting to see the grass begin to turn from green to brown. So it's really not a matter of if, it is a matter of when fires will happen. So while the hills still remain green, while the vegetation is green, this is the time for property owners and for homeowners to take aggressive action to protect themselves and their properties against wildland fire. This year's public education message is, wildfire is coming, is your home ready? CAL FIRE has launched a website to educate and provide critical information to homeowners on what they can do. The website is www.readyforwildfire.org. Again, you can go to that website and get key information on what you can do to protect your home against wildfire. The site offers steps residents should take to make their home safe and ensure their family is ready to evacuate early and safely when a wildfire strikes. Consistent with this is the message, Ready, Set, Go. You may have seen this campaign towards the end of last year. It's out this year. The Ready portion. Prepare your property and your family well in advance of a wildfire. This includes maintaining that 100-foot clearance around your property, that 100 feet of defensible space. And that's the dry grass, the brush, the leaves, all of those combustible fuels around your home. Remove the needles and leaves from your roof and gutters. Use fire-resistant building materials which help the home, or which can leave the home and move forward, travel up to as much as a mile ahead of the fire. The Get Set portion. Your family should have a disaster plan, not only for wildfire, but all types of emergencies, earthquakes, floods, etc. The plan should include at least 2 evacuation routes from your neighborhood. The key element here is don't wait until the fire occurs to develop that plan. Establish and set your plan now so you can identify all of the things you're going to take, all of the things you're going to do so that you're ready to go when the fire hits. And lastly, the Go portion. Wildfire is dynamic and can move or change direction very quickly. There may not be time for officials to order or issue an evacuation order for you. Be prepared to evacuate your home early. So when you see the fire approaching, don't wait to be directed or asked to leave. Take the initiative and leave so that you can leave the area safely and allow firefighters to safely enter your neighborhood and help protect your home. So again, we are asking you as homeowners and property owners and the public to prepare now. But we also believe it's important for you to know what we are doing to prepare for the upcoming fire season. Our men and women in CAL FIRE are engaged in their version of spring training, honing their skills necessary to perform the wide range of emergency response duties required of them. CAL FIRE's nearly 5,000 permanent men and women will be bolstered by a seasonal workforce of an additional 2,000 firefighters to meet this year's wildfire threat. CAL FIRE trains and oversees over 4,000 inmate firefighters in cooperation with the Department of Correction and Rehabilitation. These are the 196 fire crews that are spread across California and are the ground force, the ground army, if you will, in our firefighting element. CAL FIRE and our cooperators are currently performing defensible space inspections and talking to homeowners about what they can do to improve their chance of surviving a home. So you'll see our engine companies, you'll see local government engine companies and inspectors out in neighborhoods educating and talking to you about what you can do to make your home defensible and safe. Our fleet of dozers and engines and other equipment, many of which you see behind us here, are being prepared and maintained and are ready to go as they're deployed and staffed across the state. The maintenance of CAL FIRE's 53 aircraft, its aviation fleet, helicopters and air tankers are currently going through maintenance and are being deployed as they stagger their deployment across California as we enter fire season. What's critical, and again, it's witnessed by all of the cooperators standing behind me, CAL FIRE does not work alone. California hosts a world-class integrated fire protection system forged from the partnerships of everyone you see here and many others at the local, state, and federal government level, including the California military and Department of Defense military assets. That system was put to the test 20 years ago this year, this October, when the tunnel fire in the Oakland Hills took 25 lives and destroyed 2,900 residential and other structures in the Oakland Hills. On the 20th anniversary of that devastating fire, we must redouble our efforts to remind everyone about the dangers of wildfire in California and our responsibility as homeowners to do our part. I certainly appreciate the media being here today in light of the historic events that have occurred this week. We know that there's a lot of demand on your time, but you are critical in helping us get this message out to the public as to what we need to do, what everyone needs to do to prepare themselves for fire season and the pending wildfire activity. Thank you for the opportunity today. At this point, I would like to turn over the podium to Chief Sheldon Gilbert, President of California Fire Chiefs Association and the Fire Chief for the Alameda County Fire Department. Good job, Kid.
Good afternoon. As the director stated, my name is Sheldon Gilbert, and I have the privilege of serving as the Alameda County Fire Chief, and also in the capacity as president of the California Fire Chiefs Association, representing 650 fire chiefs in the state of California. And some very valuable points were brought up here that I'm going to very quickly reiterate and just give a local government perspective on, and that is that this really is a partnership. And this is a partnership where the sum is much greater than the individual parts. The local government resources you see here from cities, from counties, from the state, and our federal partners all come together in the most seamless and integrated mutual aid system in the world when it is called upon in California. Unfortunately, we are no stranger to large fires and disasters here in Alameda County and in the greater East Bay. And it makes it ever more important that we work together seamlessly as a team and as stakeholders to make sure we can get that sizable response where it needs to go in a timely manner. But that's just one component of a fire-safe community. It really is a partnership with the residents of the East Bay, of the Bay Area, of Alameda County. And as was stated, as we go out and do these inspections, as you receive letters on how to prepare your property to make it safe for this fire season, we need you to adhere to those instructions. We need you to ask and request help from your local fire jurisdiction or CAL FIRE, Alameda County webpage. There's a number of resources out there to help you maintain a fire-safe community. And it's a combination of you doing your part, us doing our part, and maintaining these partnerships that will ensure we have a very fire-safe community and a very fire-safe East Bay. We've prepared in a lot of different ways. We drill together on a regular basis. Whether you work for a city municipality, a county fire department, or CAL FIRE, we have the same certification standards, the same training standards. We work together, we practice together, and then when necessary, we respond together. And then lastly, I just want to reiterate the importance of our mutual aid system. Every jurisdiction in this county and in the counties that surround us that are represented here today participate in local and state mutual aid systems. We don't ask whose fire it is. We just go when they call for help, knowing that when the time comes, they will return that help to our municipalities. And that is what sets us apart from any other industry and any other fire service model in the nation and, in fact, in the world. And so we want to continue to build upon those successes. We want to partner with you, our community partners, to make sure that our fires are prevented, our communities are safe, and they're defensible. And in the case that you do need a large response, we have the partnerships and the mutual aid agreements in place to respond rapidly and with adequate force to keep that fire small. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today, and it's a pleasure being here, and we look forward to continuing to work together to make our communities safe. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you can see by the departments that are represented here by their fire chiefs and then the other staff that are here today from the local government and federal partners that we really are very fortunate in the Bay Area to have a very strong partnership. I'll speak just a little bit to transitional staffing, and then we will end and be open for questions. For the Santa Clara unit, which includes all of Alameda County, Contra Costa County, all of Santa Clara County, the southern portion of San Joaquin, and the western portion of, San Joaquin, and the southern portion, the western portion of Stanislaus County, and the southern portion of San Joaquin. See, I even get them confused. There's five counties that we deal with here locally. What the staffing plans are on the CAL FIRE side is beginning Monday, May 9th, we'll be bringing our seasonal staff on. So by the 15th of May, we'll be staffing 6 engines, 2 dozers, and a helicopter. As the conditions change, as the grass continues to dry, the temperatures increase, we'll reach our full capacity of peak staffing on or before July 1st, which will consist of 15 engines, 3 dozers, and the helicopter. Another real key component is the chief had Pimlott had referred to our spring training time. Well, that's not just for CAL FIRE, it's for the local government resources also. We have extensive training programs. There will be 2 events, one in the Alameda Contra Costa County area in early June, and then another one in Santa Clara, where all the departments get together, the firefighters who do the work get together, and we will hold a very extensive joint training set of drills over 2 days for each one of these drill sites. And in that, I will conclude. It's really important that, as you can see, that all levels of government, federal, state, and local, whether it be city or county, cooperate to serve the citizens of this great state.